So what was Hiram's role in building the temple, given that there was not heard the sound of hammer, nor axe, nor tool of iron? We know that the stones were prepared and numbered in the quarries and just assembled on the site. However, in the lodge, Hiram is given an important role as one of the three pillars, representing the pillar of beauty. But he was not equal to that station. Both Solomon and Hiram of Tyre were kings, whereas Hiram Abif was an artisan. When we look at this situation in alchemical terms, we see that Hiram has to die in order to be raised to a golden state, like the two kings. This alchemical concept of killing and resurrection is based on the teachings of the alchemist Zosimus, who said that by resurrection, the elements were ennobled. A second reason for Hiram's death is because he needs to adhere to the teachings of Geburah, the position on the tree of life where he was slain, as it is the foundation of the absolute adherence to the letter of the law and the strict meting out of justice. I've explained this in another video on the tree of life. So in the same way, the candidate needs to die. Of course, this is not literal, in order to be reborn. What he's dying is the ego, allowing him to become one with the divine. As Abbe Favre said, his baseness is exalted and united to the sovereign dignity, his weakness to the all-powerful, his littleness to immensity itself, his ignorance to infinite knowledge. So though we now understand that in the ritual that Hiram Abif was trying to escape his attackers, perhaps he knew he had to die. So rather than struggle, he gave himself up to them. Paracelsus' concept, the tria prima of mercury, sulfur, and salt, represented the spirit, soul, and body. In the case of the ritual, mercury symbolizes the spirit, as well as imagination, moral judgment, and higher mental faculties, and thus represents King Solomon. Sulfur was the soul and man's emotions and desires, thus it represents King Hiram of Tyre. Salt represented the body and earth, in this case Hiram Abif, who is buried in the earth. The alchemical lesson of Hiram being killed to be ennobled has unique alchemical lessons, which shows the appropriateness of de Sagudier's decision to make the Hiramic tragedy the third degree. Lastly, there might have been an allusion to Royal Archmasonry, as the tria prima was originally mercury, magnesium, and sulfur, but over time the dangerous magnesium had been changed to salt. Then Valentine, whose work underpins the third degree, proposed that mercury be replaced by antimony. So many believe that the philosopher's stone could no longer be made. By the 1720s, alchemy had been replaced and rejected by science, and the search for the philosopher's stone abandoned. So the first three grandmasters believed that they had found the keystone among the rubble of the temple, meaning that they had found the true spiritual teachings of alchemy among the rubble of operative masonry. The keystone that was rejected became the philosopher's stone, and now became the most important part of Freemasonry. As it states in the Royal Art Ritual of the Most Excellent Master, the keystone, because at the completion and dedication of the temple, the stone which the builders had rejected became the headstone of the corner. This would explain why Royal Arch was included with the 3 degrees at the Union in 1813, where a declaration was made that pure ancient masonry consists of 3 degrees and no more, viz. those of the entered apprentice, the fellow craft, and the master mason, including the supreme order of the Holy Royal Arch, as can be seen in the video I made on alchemy in the master's apron. Based on Paracelsus' Tria Prima, the first degree is represented by sulfur, light, as it awakens the soul. The second degree is represented by Mercury, the philosophical dew, as it awakens the mind and starts the spiritual transformation. The third degree is represented by salt, earth, and the body, and this is the completion of the alchemical process. Thank you.